Gonna do some belly wrapping. This is a size 6 woven wrap. I'm gonna start it behind me with the middle marker at my back. About halfway up with this. Gather the wrap up to about the bottom of my hips, the bottom of my bump right here. And I'm going to cross one tail over the other. Tuck that tail in between my legs. So that now I can work on tension, keeping one part anchored. So you've got this like rope right here holding things down. And then you can pull. So you can see from this direction, I'm pulling strand by strand, go down through the blue, the green section. You can watch it tighten over here as I pull like that. And so from this point, I can take this tail that's kind of held in place back here around my back. This is a method that works for a stretchy wrap and a woven wrap. Can come all the way around. Once I get here, I'll turn around and make sure that this tension holds across my back. So I can do it again. Purple, blue, green, like that. To make sure that I'm staying nice and tight. Then I can swap the parts that are between my legs anchored. So now I've got this part. Make sure it's nice and snug across my back up there. Good. And have this whole pass going down here to the bottom of my bump again, all the way up here to under my chest, and go around this way. When I go around the edge, I'll straighten everything out. And again, tighten through the back here, top, middle, bottom. When I get to this point, I can pull both directions. Sorry, that's my dog drinking water in the corner. And I can either tie right here under my bump. If I have enough length, I can pull behind and tie them back. With this wrap, I do not. So that's what I would prefer to do. You can tie wherever you want your knot to be so that you can comfortably sit or stand. So if I kind of go over here to the side like this, tie a single knot and then a double knot. That works really well. And then you've got this tension right here to hold you in and up a little bit. You can spread this over your hips as much as you want to give you a little bit more squeeze on your hips too. Okay, so the other thing I like to do, if I'm not just going to go straight around, is kind of what I call almost like a Poppins belly wrap. I can go this way, and I start the same. So start with the middle marker on your back, or off to the side, it doesn't really matter. And when you put your one rope pass down in front of you like this, you can either leave it in front, or what I like to do is take it down. So this part going around your back, gathered straight down, and I actually take it behind me and put it in between my legs. So the tension goes front, turns around and goes backwards. Once I get to that point, I've got this great anchor point right here, right? Where I can spread this wrap all the way up to the top and tighten all the way through here. And so this ends up looking like your Poppins hip carry, where you have your rope pass going down. And I go across like this, using this wrap. So you can see now I've got the wrong side or the other side showing. Doesn't matter if it's wrong or right, but the other side showing. Once you get here, it helps to focus on the top of the wrap first and then the bottom. So you'll end up with this little window right here. There's Thomas. Say hi, Thomas.
Hi.
Hi. And so then this part, when you pull it across the middle, this wrap's really helpful because it has this vertical pattern. So I can try to get everything stretched pretty symmetrically. Go around the back. And when you are tightening, if you can pull here, take your corresponding top rail behind you and pull out, then you know it'll stay tight. Same thing through the middle. If you can get it. There we go. And then the same thing at the bottom. You want the bottom to be snug, but not too tight, so that if you have to bend over or anything like that, you're not going to put too much stress here at the bottom on your bladder. So you can really kind of bounce a little bit, pull sideways that way. And then, now that I'm at this point, I can undo my little rope pass from behind me. And what I like to do is cross it, twist. Like that. So then I can really pull like this and get myself a really good underbelly pass that you can then spread across your hips again, like this. And then when you go behind, you'll end up with one tail longer than the other, and bring it behind you and wrap down and really get that squeezed across your hips as much as you need it. So with me, I get to this point before I've double knotted anything and spread as much as I want to make it comfy. Like this. So you don't want anything to be too terribly tight, but the whole point is to bring all the weight of the baby back into the middle a little bit so you don't feel like you're hanging out here as much. Your center of gravity is back here. It's not going to pull on your lower back as much. You're just going to be a lot more comfortable in my experience. You don't want to spend too much time every day like this. I know I've definitely seen things that say belly wrapping for comfort is great, but you don't want to get used to spending too much time like this. But to get you through dinner prep or anything like that when you're around the house or having to stand up for long periods of time, especially at the end of a long day, this makes a huge, huge difference for me. So that is how I do a couple different versions of a belly wrap with a base size wrap. This particular method that I've been using here with this little Poppins rope pass, you can also do that with a shorter wrap. Anything that's just long enough for you to get your one little rope pass behind you, and then all you really would need to do is just bring, after you do that little, here I'll show you. After you get to this point, all you really need is enough to just tie off right here. You don't have to tie behind you, because you will still get the added benefit of tension coming around the back right there. So with this, I'll show you how much tail I've got left after tying this double knot. Here is all the tail I have left after tying this double knot. So you can kind of estimate if that's a size 6 AT, then at least a meter left over. So if a size 6 is 4.6 or 4.8 meters, and I have a meter left, that would take you down to like a 3.6, which is like a size 4. So for me, I could easily do this with a base -2 wrap and then just stop at this point. It still feels really good. I can still spread this part behind me nice and low over my butt if I need to after I tie. If you're just at the level of a half knot, you can really tie through the half knot and work the tension out behind you, as well as in front of you right here. Okay, I hope that helps. Like I said, you can do the same thing with a stretchy wrap, especially that first method I did where you started the middle marker in the back instead of in the front like you were going to do a front wrap cross carry. You just start in the back. And as long as you cross your tails and have your anchor point, you can really work some tension out with a stretchy wrap too. It's actually easier to sit after you bind your belly with a stretchy wrap than it is with a woven wrap. So if that's something that you're going to be sitting down with your kids, reading books or playing or whatever, that might actually be a more comfortable option. It's not going to be as stiff and as sturdy as a woven wrap, but it might leave you a little bit more flexible if you're not going to be just standing. So yeah, if anyone has any questions, let me know. Thank you.